Welcome to the special program of International Women's Day. CVR English News wishes every woman a happy International Women's Day. International Women's Day is a global day of celebrating the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. Significant activity is witnessed worldwide as groups come together to celebrate women's achievements or rally for women's equality.
Every year on the 8th of March, International Women's Day is celebrated across the globe. It's a day to recognise female achievement and a call to action, encouraging everyone to stand up for women's rights and gender equality. Gender equality means no matter your gender, you're granted the same rights, privileges and access to opportunities as everyone else. You may be thinking, why is this day so important? Throughout history, women have had to fight for the freedom and rights we enjoy today. 150 years ago, women couldn't vote, stand in parliament, receive proper medical attention, own property, access fair legal support, get paid the same as men, visit the same public areas as men, get a proper education. The list goes on. 150 years ago, people lived in a very different world to what we know now. So how did things change? Someone didn't snap their fingers and then bam, women had all the rights. Change occurred gradually through the tireless efforts of brave women and men fighting together for what is right. Let's rewind. In the late 19th century, the fight for women's suffrage began gaining momentum. Suffrage means the right to vote, and at this time, only men could do so. This meant that all the political decisions were decided by men, including those that only affected women. As time passed, some women grew increasingly frustrated by the lack of progress and failed attempts to achieve suffrage. One of these women was Emmeline Pankhurst, who responded by forming the Women's Social and Political Union in 1903, which encouraged a stronger kind of activism. This led to years of protests, rallies and strikes, with women being arrested, jailed, injured, and some even losing their lives in the fight for suffrage. When the First World War was declared in 1914, suffragettes shifted their campaign to encourage women's involvement in the war effort. The devastation of war brought the nation together in support of one another, and attitudes began to change. Women took on responsibilities and jobs that they were previously excluded from, like working as mechanics and drivers. In 1918, the Representation of the People Bill was passed, giving women the right to vote. However, it was only some women of a certain age and circumstance. It wasn't until 1928 that all women over 21 were finally allowed to vote. The right to vote is instrumental in creating a society that is fair and just. Imagine if all the UK were one gigantic football team. Half of the team can play exactly as they are, while the other is blindfolded. The team probably isn't going to do so great. The same goes for a society. If everyone has the same rights and freedoms, a society can grow and develop in a way that benefits everyone. Once women were able to vote, the ball began rolling on other rights like political representation, access to greater opportunities, fairer pay, and working rights. As you can see, change takes time. It wasn't until 1979 that Britain had its first female Prime Minister, which was 76 years after Emmeline Pankhurst first established the Women's Social and Political Union. So what does gender equality look like today? We are fortunate to live in a time and place where incredible opportunities are in abundance. Everyone can get an education, access healthcare, get a job and speak their minds. However, we still have some work to do before we reach equality for all. One way that gender inequality plays out in our everyday life is through stereotypes. A stereotype is a generalised opinion of a person or group of people. Ever heard someone say something like, "You throw like a girl," or "boys don't cry"? These kinds of phrases exist because of centuries of restrictive ideas about gender that really aren't true or fair. People are way too unique and complex to fit neatly in a box. Girls and boys can be athletic, fast and strong. And of course, everyone cries. It's normal and healthy to express your feelings and to be vulnerable. Stereotypes can be really damaging and can prevent you from being yourself and reaching your potential. Today, women are still the minority in Parliament, leadership roles and career fields like science and engineering, as well as making less money than men on average. So, this International Women's Day, think about what you could do to help in the fight for equality. Everyone benefits when we are all treated equally. Why not celebrate the amazing achievements of women you admire?
Especially now you know just what it took to get there.
Women have the power to create, nurture and transform, and yet all these positive attributes have never been treated on par with men in all societies, cultures and classes of the world. Gender-based discrimination and violence against women have been reinforced through prejudices, biases and attitudes that prevent them from reaching their full potential as individuals. The attitude that women exist purely to please men have resulted in films with sexist overtones where the hero gains stature in proportion to the extent that he teases the hapless heroine and establishes his superiority. This thought process is reflected in domestic violence, sexual harassment at workplaces, and the euphemism called eve teasing used throughout the Indian subcontinent to denote unwanted sexual remarks or advances to women in public places. Sexual aggression is of various types, ranging from offensive watch, catcall, sexist comments, stalking, suggestive songs, display of indecent videos to flashing, groping and molestation. Perpetrators of these crimes devise ingenious ways of harassing women in public places, near colleges and workplaces, and outside their homes. She Teams is the first of its kind initiative in the country launched by the Telangana government on 24th October 2014 with the vision of providing a safe and secure environment for women. These teams are headed by A.R. Srinivas, IPS, additional CP, crimes and SIT. She teams are engaged in round-the-clock surveillance of the city by mapping out hot spots and hot timings where offenders pounce on unsuspecting victims. She teams are a boon to the women in the state who can get timely police help and go about their work without fear. Our reporter Soumya had a discussion with She Team ACP Srimati Lakshmi. Let's watch with Soumya.
Hi viewers, welcome to CVR News English. This is Soumya. Today we have a special interview on the occasion of International Women's Day. I'm with Mrs. Prassanna Lakshmi, ACP of She Teams Women's Wing Hyderabad right now. Hi ma'am, how are you ma'am?
Namaste. Good evening to all. I'm fine and doing good.
Thank you ma'am. First of all, happy Women's Day ma'am.
Thank you and happy International Women's Day to one and all.
As a ACP of team, what kind of services you are providing to protect women's madam?
As in charge of ACP, we are providing safety and security to women who are visiting or traveling in and around Hyderabad city in different times and different shifts from different parts of the Hyderabad city. Generally what happens, a woman can walk from one corner of the city to other corner and she may travel in different times depending upon their shift. So someone stalking, harassing, blackmailing or threatening with the different reasons. We are taking, if anyone complains of any kind of harassment, blackmail or teasing, we are taking steps to stop such kind of harassment and we are putting him or putting him behind the bars or depending upon the type of threatening, we are taking measures to provide security to those women.
Okay. What do you think nowadays women are facing main big issue?
The main big issue is with the blackmailing and threatening using social media. Because these days each and every person who is about 13 or 15 years are using mobile phones. And using mobile phones, each and anyone can be friended with using social media apps like Insta, Snapchats and Facebook. So once a friend request is requested, without knowing the person, unknown person is accepted as a friend, shared the pictures or some content, the personal content if we share, that they are using and trying to blackmail. So this is the biggest threat we feel.
How do we protect ourselves from cybercrimes ma'am?
One thing is to have a two-step verification is the first thing we can do, and second thing, not to believe the unknown callers or spams or not to click on unknown links and not to accept friend request and don't expect easy money. That is the main big concern.
Ma'am, do you face any problem with social media?
Generally when we browse different content on social media, everyone is bound to get different types of requests or contents or links. So they were like so and so price you have won Coca-Cola cup kind of thing are received. I also received such, but I never expect anything. So I just leave it aside. Just each and every individual has to do that, leave, or you can complain to cyber forum, the cybercrime department, so that they'll take action.
How the atrocities against the women are faced by police?
See, there are various kind of atrocities are faced by women in different stages of their life, like in colleges, someone teasing, molesting or improper touching, abusing, friend request sending and threatening and blackmailing. For that, to tackle those kind of atrocities, we have she teams, and we are working continuously. Then those who are after marriage, if 498 kind of dowry harassment is there, then the Hyderabad city is having 7 women police stations, and each zone is having its exclusive women police station to tackle those issues. Apart from that, the POCSO and rape cases also, we have our Barossa center. It's a one-stop center where we are dealing with the POCSO and rape case victims, and the success rate is increased from 13 to 58% from its initiation. So Hyderabad City's Police and Telangana government or Telangana State Police are continuously working and making efforts to provide a safe, secure environment throughout the state.
What about gang rapes, ma'am?
See, the government is continuously making efforts, and in Hyderabad city also, we are providing 24/7 security. Each and every night, when everyone is sleeping, the police are continuously working, and senior officers are monitoring. And even if you can say any crime happens against the woman, then the top priority of the city police at that moment will be to nab the offender and to put him back behind the bars only. So we are very much serious in prevention of such crimes.
Women settled in very little services. Any likelihood of hiking the current fleet?
That fleet thing, the government is taking measures, so it is the government policy. They'll take decision on that.
What kind of online application services government is providing to protect women?
For protection, we have Hawkeye app, the police app. You can continuously use. Apart from that, she team WhatsApp number is there, and she team dial 100 is anyway. Anyone can complain from any place, and then the she team number 9490616555 is there, and you can complain against or any kind of eve-teasing, harassment or threatening kind of complaint you can give. And she team's YouTube channel is there, she team's Insta, WhatsApp or Snapchat and Facebook accounts are there, so anyone can access and they can complain, and they can come directly to our office also.
If a woman staying in the bus stop at midnight, she is feeling a sense I have a problem with that environment, then she calling to she team. Then how she team will approach that woman? How they can solve that problem?
Whenever anyone is standing in the midnight, if any woman is standing in the midnight, and if she senses any kind of threat or any kind of fear, then she can directly call dial 100, because in and around city our petro cars and blue coals are roaming, and they are watching all the streets and culprits. So the team will reach within 5 to 10 minutes. Any blue coals or petro car. Apart from that, if she can dial directly to she team, the team generally makes like surveillance in the city and different parts in the hotspots. So if it is nearby, it will also reach within 10 minutes.
Do you have any barriers during your job?
No, I don't think so. My career, if I see, I've seen so many my colleagues and my senior officers always encourage us to put our 100% effort and encouraged our efforts, and they have appreciated also.
It's very interesting, ma'am. We want to know about little bit of your police journey.
Okay, actually I was selected as a reserve sub-inspector in 2007. And from 2007, after completion of training, I have allotted to Nalgonda. From there, I have attached to Telangana State Police Academy, where I worked almost for 9 years. And during the time, I worked in the field training wing, and I worked as a drill instructor CDI for 2018 batch SIs, and not as a CDI. CDI for 2018 batch women constables, as a in charge for 2018 batch and 20 batch women officers, and after that I got promotion in 2016. After my promotion as ACP in 2021, I was allotted to Hyderabad City Police. Then in 2023 Feb, I posted as ACP She Teams and Barosa.
Wow, superb, ma'am. How are you balancing your career and your family?
Actually, balancing family is mainly because my family is always supporting me in all the phases of life. My mother, my mother-in-law, my husband, even my children also supporting me, because they know the they know the different times and different environment in police department. We have to work day and night depending upon the situation, and they understand and they support me. They just leave me whenever I am in a hurry or unable to take care of the children during the exams also. I leave it to my family members. My sisters also support me a lot. Whenever I need, I ask them to come and they'll also support me.
Excellent, ma'am. Lovely family you have. What's your opinion about gender equity or gender equality?
Gender equality. Actually, each and every individual has its own abilities and capabilities. So it is not like you are a woman, you can't do, or you are a man, or you are a macho man, you can do anything. It's nothing like that. Each and every woman has her own qualities and capabilities, and if anyone thinks that she can do, it is her ability that she will do. Only the thing is that it is their willpower that makes any person achieve anything. So I don't think that there is something like inequality. Each and every person, like each and every gender, has their own capabilities.
What is the difference between gender equality and women's empowerment?
Women empowerment means actually previously when women are not allowed to work in harsh environment, because being a woman she may not be able to sustain in that situation, or in that environment she may not able to work. So those kind of barriers are stopped when the woman started educating herself. When she started educating herself, she started questioning, why can't I? So when Kiran Bedi started and became the first woman IPS officer, after her success, there you can see so many women officers entering into the department. So when she can survive, why can't we? So there, like this, the women empowerment started when they started educating themselves. And the family support is also a main key point.
Due to your job, do you missing any family occasions, like any happiness with your family?
Yeah, sometimes we miss, but that doesn't mean that we miss the happiness. Our family support, with the support, we are is spending each and every time with the family when we are there. That happy moments will carry forward even when we are not during such occasions, like during some summer vacations or during last Dasara where elections were there, no leaves are allowed. Then we have to spend our time in the duty itself. So we miss the occasion where Dasara was there, when we are in the office solving one case. So during that time we miss a lot, but this doesn't stop us from performing our duty, because duty is what makes us proud to be as a police officer.
You have to dedicate yourself for duty only. So nice, ma'am. Excellent. According to you, which woman inspires you to more?
My mother and my mother-in-law.
Why?
My mother, actually, she is one of our 10 siblings, and we are 7. I am the last one, and she came from Bangalore and worked here in Hyderabad, and she made like we are, as we are 7, she educated all of us, and she has asked us to be independent. And my father also, he also used to like, why you are studying without any job, what is the use of your education? So both of us asked, both of them asked us to be on your own feet. Both of them have asked us to be on your own feet and not to depend, and you have to serve for the society. So it is their encouragement has made us to be as I am today.
Why it is important to take gender concerns to designing or implementing a program?
Whenever you design any program, there is a target group of people to whom it has to reach, that generally taken into consideration. In that targeting group also, sometimes what happens, the real minorities are taken into consideration, because majority they can anyhow they can get. Women are generally considered as minors because they can't afford, because so much of development works are going on, though there are certain group of people who are in deprived section. So taking their consideration into our notice, we are creating this women as separate group, and we have to reach the programs to them. For that reason, the gender constraints are taken into consideration.
Okay, ma'am. Do you feel gender equality is there nowadays in the society?
Yes, they're like not fully we can say, but it is reaching up to some level. It has reached, but it still need to reach its full benchmark, and we need to make them empowered by themselves. Then we can say that we may reach to that level.
Okay, nice, ma'am. Would you give any more important message to women for Women's Day special?
Yeah, happy International Women's Day to all, and I request all not to accept any kind of friend request or unknown number messages or links, not to click on those, and take care of yourself, not to believe unknown persons, and ask everyone to use the government facilities, like not government, the police services. If you face any kind of threat or any kind of harassment or any kind of teasing, please approach she teams.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We are feeling very blessed to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you too.